What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name, as always, is Ryan, aka Ryman, and this is Ryman's Bizarre Adventures in Katawa Shoujo. If you guys by chance hear any explosions going off in the background, fret not. The apocalypse has not come. There are just some people in the neighborhood who decided to set off their fireworks early. Yeah, I know. But what can you do? I know what we can do. We can just continue. A light breeze blows the scent of early summer around my head while I wait for Lily. Small white clouds litter the sky, breaking up the monotony of the blue. Hisao, are you here? No! I think my answer threw Lily off the... Lily's voice, lifts on the breeze as if they were one and the same thing. I stopped gazing into the sky to examine Lily. Oh, aren't you adorable? With a peach off-the-shoulder sweater and a tan ankle-length skirt, in addition to a tan sandals, she's quite a nice sight. Who's obviously religious. I don't know if that was something I probably should have ever noticed before, but I am noticing it now. Yeah. I'm over here, Lily, near the gate. Were you able to sneak away from Hanako? Yes, it's not uncommon for me to go out during weekends, so I don't think she noticed anything suspicious. That, and she has someone she sees. What? What, is it a love triangle I gotta be involved in now? What? Lily purses her lips as if she maybe shouldn't have continued. I find it a little hard to believe. Hanako's seeing someone? Really? No, it's just... she sees a therapist every so often on weekends. Alright, I get it. See, therapist, throwing air quotations out there, is the word you use in public meaning assassination target. Alright, I'm totally with ya. Oh well, that does make a lot of sense. Lily rubs her arm uncomfortably, and after one look at her troubled expression, I quickly move to change the topic away from Hanako. Huh. Great job! We accomplished changing the subject. Yes? I was just wondering, you can get around the city on your own? Lily sighs at my consternation surrounding the topic of her blindness. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. What I'm doing right now, I am inserting foot in mouth. I can, yes, you dumbass. It's easier when I'm out with a friend or my sister, though. I wonder how Lily gets along with her sister. I forgot up until this point she had a sister. Being an only child, it's hard to imagine what having a sibling would be like. I can tell you, Hisao, pull up a chair. It's a nightmare. And I'm the youngest in my family. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that's like? The mental scars are quite bad. Oh, that I don't want to get into it. So it makes me a little envious of her. Yeah, not the word I would use. Right. Well then, the bus arrives in a few minutes, so we should probably get a move on. Indeed, it's a long wait if we miss this one. With that, we set off for the bus stop on the hill. It's only a small distance from the school gate, so it's very convenient. It's a nice view from here. Coming from the city, I never really get to see scenery like this, let alone on a daily basis.
This area is nice for me as well.
Yeah, good the view.
Oh, it's tranquil and away from the noises and smells of the city.
Okay, that makes way more sense. That I'm talking about scenery. She says it's quite nice. I'm like, but you're blind. Unless she's lying about her blindness, that would be a very cool twist at the end. Like, she could see this whole time. Lily's head perks up in a trademark gesture of hers, signifying that she's caught a sound.
Oh, here comes the bus.
I look down to see that she's actually standing in the middle of the road, and I should probably pull her out away from the bus. I look down to see to the road and see the bus trundling up the hill. Her hearing's quite a useful tool. The bus only takes a short while to reach the bus stop, forcing its way up the road, and within a minute we are on our way to the city. Riding on a bus, riding on a bus. Is this actual city? I feel like someone just took a random picture of a city somewhere in Japan and threw that into this game. Is there anyone out there in the world who could recognize this site? And if you can, tell me. Because if I ever get the opportunity to travel the world, I'm going to go to this spot. And I'm just going to yell, I was here in Katawa Shoujo! And just look and laugh at all the people who look at me like I'm crazy. It feels a little weird walking around a city as casually as I would in a park, but with cars rushing around underneath me. As I'm busily pondering the engineering marvel that is a raised walkway, I get a surprise. It takes a moment for me to realize that Lily has wrapped her arm around mine, extending her cane in front of her with the other hand. For a moment I'm startled, but I managed to keep enough of a lid on it for Lily not to notice. While it's not the first time that Lily's relied on me for guidance, she only held on to my sleeves cuffs before. Yeah, I do not react well when someone unexpectedly just touches me. I need at least 3 weeks in advance warning before someone says, I'm going to at least place a hand on you. It's logical that it would be easier for her to navigate a crowded and complex area such as a city while securely linked, but I'm far from being as used to this kind of contact as Lily is. Finally realizing the growing silence between us as Lily waits for me to get moving, I quickly kick my brain into gear, something I have a lot of trouble with. You know, it was quite a surprise that Hanako likes to sing. Have you ever heard do that before?
I have indeed. We've been to
You go to karaoke? Oh! You two are so quickly rising on the list of my favorite people. Man, I don't have karaoke bars where I am. It sucks. Best I could ever do is, at my old college, we'd have karaoke nights, and those are great. Damn, I need one of those around here. It'll attract all the disabled girls. We've focus.
We've been to karaoke sessions several times, along with my sister. I can't say I take to the activity much, because they don't have it in Braille, I guess. But the other two like it. Maybe Hanako doing karaoke is... Oh,
I'm still doing the Lily. Maybe Hanako doing karaoke is more fitting than I initially thought. Just her and though she knows. All alone in a little room. I have to remember that in Japan, that's how karaoke is done. Right? It's all in these little private rooms or private parties, and that's cool and everything, but over here in the States, yeah, when you do karaoke, it's in front of everyone. Now, if you think Oh, I'm too nervous, I can't possibly do that. Relax. Most of the time, 90% of the crowd is drunk. Okay? Trust me, I know this. Yeah, the only karaoke I've done was in a school setting, in the college's cafeteria. But trust me, those people were drunk. You know, ugh. It would give her a rare chance to let her guard down, with nobody else there to judge her. I would judge her. I will judge your singing. I will Simon Cowell your singing. Maybe it would be nice to bring her into town for her karaoke birthday party. Best party ever. Wait a minute. Didn't I suggest that when I last... I remember... Someone go back in the videos. I could have sworn I suggested that before. Oh! This game's skyrocketing as top recommendations now to people. Maybe it'd be nice to bring her into town for a karaoke birthday party. If she likes doing it. We'll just do it anyway. Fuck it.
I'm not sure she would deal very well with all the excitement.
I move to protest. We are having a karaoke birthday party. But her face shows that she's mulling the proposal over some more. It takes quite some time for her to come to a conclusion.
Then again, the best thing we can do for Hanako at this point is to try to create some pleasant birthday memories. Continually treating her as if she's abnormal won't help.
That's right. I think you're right. She has something to if she has something to remember apart from loss, then maybe she'll come around. I just want a karaoke party. If we brought her something nice that she could see every day, then maybe she'd be able to take her mind off her past to remember that she has friends. And in any case, I think Hanako can handle something like this. And the time I've spent beside her, I've learned that she isn't quite as frightfully fragile as I first thought she was. So, shall we be off? I'm not really sure about the layout of this area, so it's kind of the blind leading the blind.
Very well. I might like to suggest having something to eat first.
I haven't either, so that sounds like a good plan.
Make sure you choose a nice place, Hisao.
Where do you want to eat?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
This is already a trap. She gives me a teasing smile, one that makes me smile reflectively in response even if she can't see it. Place your hand on my face to see me smile, woman.
Why do I find that funny? That was stupid.
I'll make very sure I do. Don't you worry about that. I'm gonna take you to McDonald's and tell you it's Red Lobster. No!
Once inside, I order 2 slices of pie and accompanying cups of tea and take them back to our table. I pegged this cafe as the type to appeal to Lily, small and quiet, but well kept and somewhat upscale. Going by the dainty smile she wears, I don't really know if I chose right. It's very, very rare to not see her smiling after all. Nevertheless, I take a seat near her. Why did I read that weird? I take a seat near her at one of the corner tables and lay down our small meals. Lily gingerly brings her head over to the slice of pie placed in front of her, delicately taking in the aroma. Lemon pie, is it? Thank you, Hisao.
Yeah. It's cherry, but okay.
No problem. The tea's just next to it, so be careful not to knock it over. She nods appreciatively, but judging from the slightly weak smile she has, the warning wasn't really necessary. I suppose the sound must have tipped her off to its position. We both tuck into our food without further ado, both of us remaining largely silent as we do so. Lily isn't the type to appreciate discussion while eating, and I can't say I like it either. Something we have in common, wow. Eventually, we finish both our meals, and the last of our teacups follow in short order. Lily's the first to break the silence. That was very nice. I must say you've chosen quite well, Hisao.
Yes! Gold star!
This is the first time I've really had much of a look around the city, so all I could really do is choose somewhere that looked nice. Damn.
Sorry, I forgot. She's blind!
I feel really bad for inadvertently bringing up the subject of sight around Lily, even though she's told us in the past, don't worry about it, you frickin' dolt. But she doesn't appear to mind much. Quite the opposite. She almost looks amused by my awkward attempt at an apology. I'm convinced at this point, Hisao, you're doing it on purpose because you like to look cute in front of her. Even though she can't see how awkwardly stupid you look. You are thoughtful, Hisao, but sometimes I fear that it gets the better of you. There's no need to change your speech on my account, and we are playing that record on loop here, ladies and gentlemen. Lily truly is pretty comfortable in dealing with her condition. I still hasten to change the subject, as I can't really say that I share her confidence in the matter. Have you lived here for very long? It seems like you have this place pretty much sorted out. She quickly waves her hand in front of her face to dismiss the notion. It's nothing like that. I've attended Yamako since the start of high school, but I didn't walk around the city very much because Akira, my sister, picked me up and dropped me off. Oh, right. You mentioned not living in the dormitories until recently. It's quite a surprise. I just assumed she'd been living here since entering Yamako, at least, which would give her a few years here. I've lived with my family for most of my life. Then I was just together with my sister. With my family having moved to the Iverness long before, and Akira working longer hours, I ended up having to move. Iverness? Am I pronouncing that right? I'm not from Scotland, so please forgive me. Isn't that somewhere in Scotland? Your guess is as good as mine, bro. Wait, you're Scottish. Should I have been doing a Scottish accent for you this whole time? Oh, did I? I'm gonna do it once. Only once, and I'll never do it again, I promise you folks. I gotta get a hold of myself. Hold on. Oh, did I not tell you? My family currently lives in Scotland, the birthplace of my mother. My father's side is mainly Japanese, though. Sorry, every once in a while my Scotch just comes out. Okay, I promised I would only do it that one time. I'm gonna make good on that. Going back to normal Lily. Huh. The question what gave Lily her looks did cross my mind every now and again, but I never thought to ask. That answers that then. To be honest, I've never have guessed. Considering you have no accent, I'm guessing you were born here? Full marks. I am thankful for my heritage, though, as without it I feel like I'm slowly dipping back into Scottish, and I need to stop myself. I am thankful for my heritage, though, as without it I'd likely not have been taught English so early in my life. And what of you, Hisao?
Let's see. My ancestry, German, Italian, wee tiny bit of Irish, and that's it. Pretty European, pretty white. Oi. What about me? She gives a moment's thought. She probably should have thought of what to ask me before switching the topic.
I'll go with, what are your plans for the future?
Originally I had planned to have been dead by 25, but that didn't take hold. So I guess... Fuck, one day at a time. Oh. To be honest, I haven't thought much about that recently. After my accident and subsequent months in the hospital, enjoying my life here with you and Hanako has been enough for me. In fact, I don't think I've thought at all about a future for some time now. It seems almost... I'm gonna change this sentence. It seems... I'm gonna change it more. It is futile.
This is your last year of school. After this, you'll have to fend for yourself one way or the other.
Honey, you have no idea. It's not like I don't know that. I just haven't put much thought into it since then. She opens her mouth to continue, but gives a small sigh instead. She seems to have realized that she really doesn't know enough about my situation to go too deeply into this.
Well, we all have our own pace. I just hope you'll take any chance you see.
I understand. I'll think about it. Maybe there's a mercenary company out there that'll take a untrained bullet sponge. At this point, I think that's the best I could ever hope for. Okay, seriously, is someone tell me where we are? This has to be someplace. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on it. As we walk back out into the city, Lily takes hold of my arm once again.
So, did you get any good ideas for a present?
Oh, for Hanako. Yes. Long ago, I think I said this. Easy bake oven. To be honest, no. I've never been very good at picking them.
As absurd as it sounds, perhaps we should look around. Ahue, 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 ahue.
Hearing Lily utter those words throws me for a moment. Right. How do we do that? With our eyes!
That's just the reaction I was expecting. It's simple. You can go window shopping and just tell me what is around.
Is this the part where we walk into that real sketchy neighborhood that has the hookers and the windows?
Oh, how much for that whore in the window? If something interesting comes up, then we might get an idea.
Right. I'm still not sure of this, but I'll take your word for it.
I think we'll manage. Hanako, my sister, and I do it well enough.
Oh, the chicks! Hey! Hey! Yeah, come here. Yeah, read that line. Yeah. The chicks have no problem shopping. Alright, get out of here. Yep, we're going down a sketch neighborhood.
With Lily's simplistic and rather optimistic statement, we set off into the shopping district of the city, and I start describing everything I see to Lily. At this point, if I was any better at my editing skills, I would just edit in that whole scene from Eight Crazy Nights where that midget guy just starts rhyming off all the shit around in the mall. That would probably most likely be the experience here. It's hard to think of Hanako going window shopping. She doesn't feel like the type to place much stock in fashion, nor have I noticed her reading magazines or the like. In fact, all I've really seen her do as a hobby is read books. So I guess we'll go to the fucking library, I don't know. There's a houseware shop just ahead. Looks like it's mostly crockery, though. Looks like it's packed full of shit. I can't think that she'd have much need for that. And what type of message would we send to her? I don't know. Cook more food? That's not such a bad idea, maybe. Sometimes it's best just to leave things alone, Hisao. Once again, I get the feeling that Hanako's exploits in the kitchen aren't always successful. Lily must have had to help her with that sometimes. Let's see. Next along is a bookshop. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This seems like a good one. She's always reading. Yes, but there are a few problems with books. I'm not quite sure what she has and hasn't read. What about a gift card, then? You know what? Why don't we just give her a birthday card with a $10 bill inside, and it says, "You're swell like bacon." There's nothing as impersonal as giving someone a gift card. It's like saying, "I don't know enough about you to work out what you'd like." I always thought of it as making sure they got what they wanted. Giving people's gifts is supposed to show them the level of affection you have for them. If you can't decide on a simple gift for them, then how much could you think of them? Right. No gift cards. Sorry, Best Buy. Lily seems overly passionate about this, but I can see her point. If you're going to get something for someone, then you should at least put some thought into it. If I were to get something for Hanako that reminds her of us every day, then what good is a gift card? In that case, what'd you get Hanako last year? A porcelain doll. I thought that she had someone to talk to. It might help her ease her pain, so I gave her a thing that demons possess. What? Oh, I don't know. You know, fuck it. What do I have around here? She can have one of my extra machetes. And a box of ammo. I don't know. That's the best I can do, Lily. I'm not good at picking out gifts. A doll isn't ever going to criticize her, after all. Neither will a doll. We'll get her a puppy! So, should I be looking for a doll shop? I'm suddenly reminded of that horror movie from the 80s, Dolls. Does anyone else remember that? If you could be so kind to keep a lookout for one, I would be grateful. Sounds good to me, though I'd wish you mentioned it earlier. But if I did that, then you wouldn't have started thinking for yourself, would you? She's got me there. Once again, Lily has a point. My brain is currently analyzing every store we pass for gift options. If Lily had mentioned a doll shop to begin with, I wouldn't have thought of anything else. We wander through the city streets, but seem unable to find anything that resembles a doll shop, or anything I could consider a fitting present. The simple act of searching is starting to clear my head. The events of last week are starting to fade away, and I'm looking forward to giving Hanako her gift. If I can find one, that is. This is hopeless. I thought we'd be able to find something in this city for sure. And I'm sure we walked down this street at least once before.
That almost sounds like you're giving up, Hisao.
I'm not. It was a lot harder than I thought.
Try not to be so restricted in your thinking. Maybe we should actually go in some shops and have a look around.
That might work. I've never really been good at window shopping. Lily and I circle around the city streets once more, this time popping into stores that catch our attention. Well, your attention. Because you're the one with the eyes. In the end, though, nothing comes up as especially appropriate. Hanako's tastes are often quite hard to pin down at the best of times, thanks to her intensely private nature, and those tastes we do know are hard to accommodate.
May we take a break for a moment? I'm a bit exhausted.
I agree and leave Lily to rest against a railing while I go to get a couple of drinks from a nearby vending machine. After walking up to a vending machine and grabbing myself some lemonade, I find myself at a bit of a loss. Not really knowing Lily's tastes, I decide to take a guess and grab something that seems a little girly, but not too weird. Strawberry You could have gotten a bottle of water, dude. Like, what? Why? A bottle of water is the most neutral answer. Back with your milk. I love this story, but sometimes I'm baffled by it. I walk up to her and place the carton into her outstretched hands, making sure she has a grip on it before letting go. She feels out its contours before opening it and taking a very tentative sip, her approving smile afterwards telling me that I made the right choice. We both rest and have a quiet drink for a few minutes. I forgot there were other noises in this game that took me by surprise. A familiar soft ringing begins to sound from Lily's side. She quickly apologizes as her hand goes into her pocket, pulling out her mobile phone.
Do you mind if I take this?
It's not like I'm gonna stop you. It's fine, don't worry. She nods to me in thanks before turning away and flipping the phone again, bringing it to the side of her face as she picks up the call. Going by the tone of Lily's voice, the person on the other end is no doubt some friend or another. I tune out of their conversation pretty quickly, as the snippets that Lily says make it sound like little more than gossip. Without much else to do, I find myself watching Lily. She's a really pretty girl, which would hardly hurt her popularity in school. It's interesting just how much Hanako and Lily contrast with each other, both in personality and appearance. For a few minutes, I just lean back and drink, watching her. Before long, Lily says her goodbyes to the person she's talking to and hangs up, placing the phone back in her pocket and leaning back against the railing as before.
Sorry, just a friend from class.
I take one final swig from my can before throwing it into the bin. Lily gives me her carton to throw away soon after, finishing off relatively quickly. You seem to have a lot of friends.
Oh?
Lily waits for me to continue, her interest piqued. I was just thinking that you and Hanako contrast really heavily. It's hard to imagine Hanako doing a lot of things you do, or knowing the people you know.
You seem to think about Hanako quite a bit.
I don't know. It's just...
She's mysterious,
I guess. I kind of want to know more about her, which isn't that easy.
It almost sounds like you're doubting your relationship to her.
I don't think it's that. I just want to do more for her. Being her friend and all. You know, yeah. I don't even really know... I don't even really know how she sees me. This statement seems to interest Lily quite a bit. I wonder if Hanako said anything about me to Lily during their conversations. Lily suddenly then grew a few inches taller. I'm about to ask what's on her mind as she picks herself up from the railing. Shall we be off, then? Her voice and expression show that she's playing games with me. Lily knows damn well that she's leaving me hanging. With a sigh, I pick myself up from the railing as well and have a brief look around. We have stuff to do, so I'll just try and get back to her about this later. Tucked in between a newsstand and a convenience store is a small shop. The sign above the door reads, Othello's Antiques, in decorative English script. We're gonna go antiquing. Okay, fuck it, I'll go antiquing. It would be easily to miss if we were walking along the street, but since we're stationary, and I'm purposely looking around, it's just noticeable. Say, Lily, that doll you got, Hanako, was it new? Well, yes, but I'm not quite sure I know what you mean. I think I found our shop. It's across the road. Let's roll. Oh? What is it? Some kind of toy shop? It's an antique shop. I think it's probably going to be our best bet, so as a man I'm going to utter the words that I should never utter. Let's go antiquing. Really? I didn't know we even had one of those near here. Neither did I. I missed it the first time we went by here. It's pretty well hidden. Well then, it can't hurt to check. Inspired by this new find, we quickly dust ourselves off and head towards the store, Lily's hand finding its way to my elbow for guidance. The store has a strange, musky scent to it. The layout is more like a garage than a store. Things are strewn around the floor without any immediate semblance of order. Sir, are you all right? You look like you just stepped out of a painting. Oh, there was no tender love or care how you into your design. The shopkeeper gives us an almost bored look through his particularly small eyes. His face looks weary and tired, and his dress style is distinctly fuck it. He gives us a polite nod of welcome before going back to his book. Lily holds tightly onto my arm. I can't read! And yet I chose a fucking playthrough that was heavy on reading. Go figure. Lily holds tightly onto my arm, and I find myself having to split my efforts between making sure we don't miss a potential gift for Hanako and making sure Lily doesn't inadvertently bump into anything. The task is quite difficult given the haphazard way the store is laid out, and the many things poking out of the shelves thereon are sitting on pieces of furniture, but eventually we safely arrive at an old desk covered in dolls and teddy bears. I think this is the right place. There's pretty much every kind of doll you could imagine here. There's even a sex doll in the corner. That should make the choice much simpler. Could you please pick one for me, Hisao? I had a feeling that would come to this. I picture Hanako in my mind and try to imagine which of these dolls before me would suit her best. My eyes wander across the collection. Each one is inquisitive as the one before it. The sheer number of styles is boggling, but eventually one catches my eye. Here, what about this one? Yeah, here, what does this one look like to you? I pick up a small porcelain doll that looks to be at least somewhat affordable, dressed in a Victorian era green dress with a little brown hat sitting atop its blonde hair. It looks a little like Lily! I gently pass it to her, who delicately feels her way around the object while wearing a look of slight concentration. It certainly feels beautiful. How does something feel beautiful? I don't know. Do you think it would suit Hanako, in your opinion? Why, yes, if you swapped out that little brown hat for a little tiny black cap that said Zombie Hunter on it, then you have the perfect doll. I think it would. It could look good in her room. In that case, I'll trust your judgment. Will you be getting her something as well, or shall this be a shared gift? I'm not sure. I think I could get her something myself, but I don't think getting her another doll is such a great idea. Maybe... I let my voice trail off as I look around the shop. Resting on a writing table not far from us in a decorative box that catches my eye. Wait here. I think I found something. My, that was fast. I gingerly walk through the collection of crystal glassware and pick up the box. What's in the box? The wooden sides are covered in carvings depicting ancient battles around the castle. This is already sounding awesome. Maybe I should go antiquing. The top, however, looks far too familiar. Alternating squares of white and black varnished wood are arranged on the... It's a fucking chessboard. Just say it's a chessboard! Now I gotta do a shopkeeper voice. Son of a bitch. I can't do Jamaican merchant because it is, as appropriate as that is, I'm already using it for the doctor at school. I'm just gonna temporarily go Tom here. That's a really nice item. It's a chess set from overseas. The store owner's sudden appearance startles me a little. I didn't see him approaching at all. I suppose he's trying to help us because he wants us to get the fuck out. But because we really don't look like we know what we're looking for. Or on the other hand, maybe he wants to keep an eye on us because he suspects we might shoplift instead. I'm looking for a present for a friend. I see. In that case, this chess set will... No, that's more Kenji. God damn it. Old man, we'll do it. In that case, this chess set would make a fine choice. Realization floods into my mind. This is a pretty good-looking set, but this is an antique shop. They're not well known for their bargain prices. How old is this? This is a reproduction. My best estimate is about 5 years old. I see. How much? He thinks a little before telling me. Which is slightly disconcerting. I'll let you take this off for 7,000 yen. I balk a little. I wasn't expecting to spend that much, but this does seem perfect. Then again, maybe that's a testament to how well he worked out how much he could make me pay. Couldn't you make it 5,000? 5,500, no lower. I'm sold. Oh, we'd also like to get that doll. The store owner looks over my shoulder, focusing on Lily and the doll in her hands. His eyes narrow, and he visually takes a moment to switch mental gears. In the process, his smile drops slightly. Oh! I guess that means not everything in this store is a reproduction. Are you quite sure you want the doll, miss? I'm old. I trust my friend's judgment. I see. Oh, no offense. None taken. If you could please wrap it for me, it would be appreciated. Yes, of course, but 20,000 yen. Lily reaches in her purse and presents 4 crisp-looking 5,000 yen notes. This chick's made of money. What? Here you are, 20,000 yen. Jesus Christ, lady! The storekeep dutifully takes the and the doll, and then proceeds to the counter. I take Lily's arm to guide her there. Are you sure about this? It's okay. have the funds I need. As I said, I trust your judgment.
Jeez, Lady, like for that kind of price, you better get... you better get lucky, you know? You know I feel a little guilty on two fronts. First, because Lily has just spent a lot of money on a fucking doll, and secondly, I have a feeling the value of my gift isn't high enough. Nevertheless, Lily doesn't seem to get somewhat awkward whenever the mention of money comes about. I hand the shopkeeper my present and the money for it in turn. He puts the cash into a register before busying himself with wrapping the doll and repeating the process on the chessboard. Eventually, he finishes the gift wrapping and hands us both our presents. Please be careful on your way back, and do come again. Thanks.
Indeed, thank you very much.
The store owner bows deeply to us as we leave.
Well, it did take us all day, but we found something in the end.
That we did. Now that the presents are wrapped, I'm feeling a little impatient to give them to Hanako. It's a common reaction to buying gifts. Want to see the reaction of the receiver as they discover what it is. And part of me wants to return to Hanako, just to confirm her condition with my own eyes. So, should we head back?
Let's. We've done a lot of walking today, so I shan't mind taking rest back at the dormitories.
Lily's right. Now that the need to find a shop is over, my legs are feeling quite tired. Well then, back to the school for us. I'm looking forward to resting for a bit too. Lily holds out her arm, and I link mine with hers. Together we make our way back to the bus stop. That's the end of the chapter. And seeing as I forgot to once again set my goddamn timer, I'm going to use that as an opportunity to mark the end of this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had any enjoyment watching this in any way, shape, or form, please give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel. Share this as well as the other videos with your friends and family to help keep the channel growing. We're getting close to a good milestone of subscribers, so that's exciting. If I didn't already mention it, I probably already forgot it because I can't remember what I ate for breakfast, let alone anything else throughout the day. Follow the Facebook page to keep up with any of the news and content that I decide to post. And as always, stay awesome out there, guys. And I will see you next time on Ryman's Bizarre Adventures in Katawa Shoujo. Adios.